everybody, welcome to my channel. We're here with another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing this beautiful set. I did this set quite some time ago. This has been sitting in my iMovie for a while. I'm trying to get back on it. Right now I got about 3 videos in there for y'all. I was supposed to actually do another video, but the quality of the video was so bad that I just did not, and I said, let me do this beautiful set. Today I'm using my 3XL square no-see curve tips that I got off Amazon. That is also in my Amazon storefront, linked in the description below. I'm also using my size 14 Kiara Sky Kolinsky brush and this beautiful cover color from my local nail supply. How is everybody doing? I feel like it's been a while since I talked to some of y'all, especially my subscribers who I don't see every Friday. It's been a long month, y'all. It has been quite a month. For those of y'all who don't know, I lost my uncle on the 25th of August, and I still cannot believe that he's gone. For all of those who don't know me personally or are in my membership, I always talk about my uncle, my mom's brother. He was just such a huge part of my life. He was such a huge part of my childhood, growing up, my adulthood, my daughter's life. He was like pretty much my father. My uncle literally gave up his life of him having a wife and children to help my mom, his sister, raise her 4 kids. And we always lived with my uncle. My uncle didn't live with us. He wasn't like the lonely brother who lived with his sister and her kids. No, he was, oh, if you guys hear a jackhammer outside, I apologize. They've been doing work, and I just want to get this voiceover out and my video out. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to do it. So yeah, my uncle, I've lived with my uncle since my father left, which was when I was like 5. We moved in with my uncle and my grandmother, and we lived with him my whole life. And he raised us. He was a very hands-on uncle. He always took us places. He came to our games. He took me to brownies, Girl Scouts. You know, he got my nails done every 2 weeks. That was literally like, you know, I didn't have a father growing up, but I can never really say that I didn't have a father because I had him. And we just went on vacation, y'all, our end of the summer vacation with the kids. My daughter just graduated. He was at her graduation. I'm just really happy he got to see her graduate because my daughter, he loved my daughter. He helped also raise my daughter. I'll never forget when I was pregnant with my daughter when I was 16 years old. I didn't have a baby shower. I didn't have nothing for this kid. And we had lived in North Carolina at the time, so I had no family, no friends around, and I just wasn't having a baby shower. I think the only person who got me anything for my daughter was my aunt, my mom's sister, and she sent me a huge box of like baby clothes and stuff. But I'll never forget, my uncle came strolling down the street with this crib that was already put together, y'all. Okay, this wasn't like a brand new crib out of a box. This was an already put together crib, and there was a consignment shop, I guess, up the street from where we lived, and he happened to be up there doing whatever, and he saw this crib, and he comes rolling down the street with this crib, y'all. And because I was like 8 months pregnant, we still didn't have a crib. And I just remember being so happy. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm having a baby. And, you know, everybody was excited. He was excited, you know. And then he got to be a part of my daughter's life until she was 18. That was his, like, pride and joy. And he was just as great of an uncle to my daughter as he was to us. And my uncle wasn't a weird guy. You know how you have that one weird uncle, or like, oh, you know. No, my uncle wasn't a weird guy. I'm kind of actually sad that he didn't have kids of his own, or didn't get to have a wife of his own, because he would have been a great father. I'll never forget when I was a little girl, I was signed up for, it was either brownies or Girl Scouts. And, I remember we lived in Long Island, and I think this was like 1996 or 1995. We had this huge snowstorm. It was like a blizzard, y'all. I don't even know why he took me out in this shit. I was so devastated that we couldn't get to Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts didn't close down. These people were still going, and we didn't have a car. And I remember I was so sad and devastated because I think I had missed the week or two before. I was always signed up for these things, but my mom just wasn't a consistent person to do like sports and things like. So I would always miss stuff or miss like camping for my badges. So I was so sad because I was gonna miss another badge. And I'm like, what is the point of even being in this? I'm not earning my badges. I'm not participating in any of the stuff. And I was just so sad. And I remember my uncle was like, all right, we're going to get there. We're going to walk. And we walked, y'all, in this blizzard there to and fro, yo. I will never forget it. I must have been about 6, 7 years old, y'all. But I just have such good memories with my uncle. I don't remember a miserable time or a time. I mean, he disciplined us. Don't get me wrong. If we got on his bad side, he was definitely a disciplinary. He didn't mess around. But I can't remember, like, he just wasn't a miserable person. He was one of the funniest people I know, and I'm just so honored and blessed that I got to experience a good man like that, you know? Because if you think about somebody giving up their life and their own happiness to help their sister, you don't owe your siblings anything, you know? And they weren't even that close. My mom and my uncle were not that close growing up. My uncle was more close to my aunt, Sue, which is my mom's older sister. But her and my uncle weren't close. And when we lived with him and my grandma, they still weren't close. They didn't get close as siblings or start to like each other until I was like maybe 18, 19 years old. Because like I told y'all, we always lived with my uncle. So we were always under his roof, his rules. In my parents' the older years, it switched. My mom owned everything and he was with her. So I guess he couldn't treat her a certain way, but they weren't really nice to each other when I was growing up. They used to fight. But my uncle was never took that out on us. He was just always there. I can't remember a time without my uncle there, and I feel bad because the grieving process for him has been weird. I'm still like in shock and I can't believe it. I still feel like I'm going to call my mom's house and he's going to pick up and go, "Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? I miss ya. I can't wait to see ya." When he was in the hospital, I spent every time he was in the hospital. I used to go every single day. I would stay till closing. I was just really close with my uncle. Like, he was my best friend. And it was such an unexpected loss. And I have no closure. I literally just don't have any closure. And I feel like with deaths, you need closure, This is my second family member that's very close to me who has passed. My first one was my grandma, and she was 20-something years ago when I was 10. So I haven't ever had, outside of my grandmother, a significant loss within my family. I've had significant friend losses, but it's not the same as losing a family or a parent or a sibling or a child. You know what I'm saying? It hits a little differently when it's your family. And I'm still in like utter awe because my uncle was the type of person who didn't want anything. He didn't want to be laid out. He just wanted to be cremated, and he wanted to have like a church ceremony. My uncle was he used to take us to church all the time as kids. We never missed an Ash Wednesday or like a Christmas service. Even though we didn't go all year, we would always go to those. And we always had fun doing it. I always had fun going to church. He even had me in a church choir when I was young, and I used to love it. But yeah, I just have nothing. He like literally passed away at my mom's. My mom woke up. He was on the floor. He passed away. I didn't get to see him. I didn't get to view him. I didn't get to like say goodbye. And then he was cremated, and now he's back home at my mom's. So there was no like celebration of life. There was no, I just feel like he passed away and that was it. There was no autopsy done because my uncle did have a battle with throat cancer, and he was in remission. The cancer actually came back about a month ago, and was getting like sores on his tongue, and he thought it was from the radiation. And he didn't do too well with chemo last time. Like he was in and out of the hospital like crazy. His organs were shutting down. Like a lot was going on with him, but he went into remission. He just started looking healthier again, gaining his weight back, looking good. And then he went for one of his yearly scans, and they told him that it went to his tongue and in his jawbone. And that the only way that they were going to be able to remove it is if they either had to remove half of his jaw and half of his tongue or all of his tongue. And my mom was telling me this, but my mom has been like killing off my uncle for like 2 years. No, more than that. Ever since he got the cancer, she swears he's dying. So I've been hearing he's dying for like 6 years now. Even though they said it, because I had asked my uncle, because we really wanted to take Chrissy to Harry Potter Land, and I was like, you know what, this would be the perfect year to go. I'm gonna book a vacation for October. I'm gonna plan it out, book it, and I asked my uncle, I was like, would you still be interested in going to, Harry Potter Land? And this was when we were on vacation, and he said, if I make it till October, Paige, he said, I'm dying, and I don't know if I'll be here. And I was like, Joe, shut up. You're not dying. I was like, how many times you guys say you're dying? You're not dying. I even had bugged out on my mom because she had said it like 5 times in a row. And I'm like, stop saying he's dying. Who told you that? Where? Because I'm the type of person, like, if I don't see it in black and white from a doctor, I cannot go off what my mom says. My mom is a pathological liar, and she makes stuff up. And just as this the proof in the pudding, okay? Me and my aunt and my cousin, we were all sitting around. And I was like, watch this. I was like, Mom, you remember, used to buy olive loaf all the time. Now, if anybody knows what olive loaf is, it's disgusting. It's like this bologna with olives in it. And I like olives and bologna, just not together. It's this weird cold cut. And she's like, yeah, I used to buy that for you kids all the time. My mom never bought olive loaf. Okay? Not for us kids. We did not eat olive loaf. So I'm like, see, you can't even with her because she don't know what she's talking about. So I always took it with a grain of salt. And literally we had a great vacation. My last memory with my uncle is sitting. My uncle has he's a very outspoken person. And if he doesn't like you, he does not like you. He's always been just that's how he is, okay? And he's a good reader of people. My brother brought his friend from childhood. Cool guy. We grew up with him. There's no reason to dislike him. My uncle just doesn't like a lot of people. But he was a family guy. He didn't like a lot of people outside of his family, okay? And so my brother's bringing this friend up that he thinks my uncle likes and is going to be so freaking happy to see. And the guy comes or whatever, and I'm happy to see him because I grew up with him. He was cool. He's a very nice guy. Nobody that I would think my uncle didn't like. And my uncle looks at me and real loud he goes, "Oh God, this guy! Oh, I couldn't fucking stand this guy." And I'm like, "What?" I was like, he's gonna be here with us for 5 days. I was like, no, I think he's only staying like a day or two, but yeah, so anyway, so the guy, he was talking and he doesn't shut up. Oh my God, he just kept going and going and going and going. And he's just one of those people who does not let up. And I can hear my uncle, he's sitting next to me, and I can hear my uncle is, "Oh, would you shut the up? Jesus, we got kids around," because the topic he was talking about was not kid friendly. And my uncle doesn't like that, like when people are weird around little kids, like not weird, but like cursing or like, even when I curse, my uncle would tell me to stop cursing. He don't like cursing around kids and stuff. So the guy kept going. He's talking about this. Something happened when they were teenagers. This girl accused him of grape and this weird stuff. And he kept saying the word grape. And my uncle just lost it, dude. He's like, what, we just shot the, there's kids around. So my uncle, I was dying because my uncle, he was just sitting in the corner simmering. And I'm over there trying to calm him down. I'm like, Joe, calm down. Don't be rude. It's embarrassing. He's like somebody you have to, he's like the person you don't put on speakerphone. But I'm laughing because I know he was just so beside himself. But we had a great time, and the last night we were on vacation, I was like, Joe, you should sleep over. We watched the new Salem's Lot, but then I'm like, oh, this kid is here. It was like our last night there. I'm like, damn, we're not going to be able to watch this shit with this kid. He's going to talk through the whole movie. So I was like, and I was getting him to, he's like, oh, yeah, I'll spend the night. And then when I realized the kid was still there, that went out the window. So, but I had, my last moments with him were great. They were funny, just like my whole life with him. But I just can't believe, I just cannot believe that in this lifetime I'll never see him again. Not in my next lifetime. I know I'll see him in my next lifetime, but in this lifetime I won't be able to see him. And after my incident, he worried about me so much. Like, he would always call me, how are you doing? Make sure you're locking your doors. When I had my incident, my uncle was so sad. And for a while, I really thought he was going to go off the deep end and, like, try to find this guy and, like, you know. But, yeah, my uncle, you know, he was just my best friend, and I loved him. I love him. Not loved. Love. I'll always love my uncle. And I just hope he's in a good place and he's, you know, he's cancer-free. He's with he's with his parents. Both of his parents were deceased, so he's with my grandmother and my grandfather. I just feel like he was so young. He was only 66. But yeah, just so sad, man. And my mom, oh my God, my poor mom. My mother is so beside herself. I can't even talk to her. And I don't think she's grieving properly either. At least she got to see him at the end and say goodbye, but I don't think she's grieving properly either. I have not seen my mother since this all happened. No, none of us have seen each other. Besides, I've seen my older brother and my little brother, but I haven't seen my mom, and I just feel like her being up on Mount Crumpet in the middle of nowhere, I don't think she can grieve properly without seeing me, because boys aren't really grievers. I remember when my grandma died and my little brother was really close to my grandmother. He didn't shed a tear. So men grieve differently than women. We're more emotional, and my mom has been an emotional wreck since my uncle left. And I'm scared for her, and I wish she would come down and, you know, stay a week or something, just to hang out with me and the kids, you know. But yeah, that's been my month and some change. And it's almost been a month, like it's the 15th today. My uncle has almost been gone almost a month. That's crazy to me. Time just goes by, man. Just cherish the ones you love. You never know when it's going to be the last time you see them. You just never know. And you don't want to leave, you don't want your loved ones leaving this earth, or you want to have some type of closure. You don't want to have somebody leave this earth and you be on bad terms with them, or, you know, so just love your family and your loved ones, especially your kids or anybody who's close to you. Yeah, death is just so final, and it's sad. So let's get back to these now. So we're just, I did these so long ago, y'all. Oh, thank y'all for listening to me blather about my uncle. It's part of the grieving process, to go through and, you know, talk about these things, and people listen, and, you know, everybody's lost somebody they love and care about. Everybody's experienced that type of loss, so it's very relatable. But yeah, we're just going and we're finishing up application here. I honestly, guys, I can't even remember these nails. These nails were the airbrush. We were doing a little bit of airbrushing around this time. because we just got the handy dandy airbrush machine from Saviland. Thank you, Saviland. Shout out to you. So that's what we're using in this video. I think it was the orangey set that we did on Membership Live. With the little flower. This video came out good. And the other two videos that I have in there now came out perfect. So I'm like really happy about that. I think it's because I upgraded my Wi-Fi, y'all. I went from like 600 megabytes to like 1 gig in data now. And I will be getting a new phone soon. My camera on this phone is great and everything. Like, I have no issues with the camera or streaming on this phone. It's just I can't hear it. Like, if I can't put people on speakerphone, and I can't hear my ringer, and I can't hear my alarms. So it's like, you know. So right here we're just getting into some filing, using my 8080 grit file from Nailed by Brit. These are almost done, and then I'll be polishing off the rest of my bomb nails files, and then I think I have a bunch of dynamic ones that I got a while back that I stopped using because my old BA came out with some files, but that's what we're doing here. We're using Nailed by Brit's files. I actually really like these files now. At first I wasn't sure about them. They had a lot of stuff that fell off of them, but yeah, I don't mind them. I mean, it's a file, it files, you know, it does the job. It does the little tricky malicky. I'm trying to think. I have a $500 Amazon card open. You know how, yo, I am the epitome. Y'all, I don't know why I always do that to myself, but when I do voiceovers, I never put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I always got a phone call coming through. Nobody calls me all day until I'm doing a voiceover. So yeah, we're just going in filing, perfecting the shape. Make sure you get under the nail, over the nail, every part of the nail, okay? But y'all, what was I just saying before we got, oh my God, I was about to say something. What was I saying? See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. I was completely in, I was on a roll, man. Maybe it'll come back to me in a little bit. I doubt it. Who knows? But anyway, we're just a little furling here. Put a little furling in. I always like to leave filing in. I feel like when I watch a video and people skip over that stuff, I don't like that because I like to watch filing. Filing is very satisfying. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I personally love to watch filing. Not, 6 hours of it, obviously, but a little bit isn't bad. See how people shape and things like that. That's how people learn. Make sure you're not learning any bad techniques out here. I've seen some stuff on YouTube that I'm just like, whoa, but yeah, man, make sure, I forgot what I was literally gonna say something, y'all, and now I can't even remember. I really hate that. I feel like this is like we did the zebra design on this with the orange airbrush over the white Frenchies, and it came out very cute. I didn't really like the flower on here. That's literally what the flower looked like in the inspo pic too, y'all. But anyway, y'all, I blathered through application. I don't want to blather through the rest, but finish up the filing. I'm gonna try to figure out what I was telling you. I was saying I'm the epitome of, but then I forgot. We're going in with my Melody Susie drill. Love Melody Susie. Swear by Melody Susie. Their drills are bomb. Bomb.com. And I actually found this 5-in-1 bit off a Pana that I haven't used in a while, and it was so smooth. It was so smooth. I was like, where have you been? Where have you been, my little friend? Because I had to stop using a lot of my, some of my bits because they were just taking chunks out of my nail. And I'm just like, oh no. And people, oh, maybe it's too old. No, these bits I don't use like that. Literally, I go live one Friday a week and do a video. Like, I don't be using these bits like that for them to be going bad that quick. But anyway, y'all, watch the filing and I will be back. All right, all right, all right, all right. This is what we're looking like, and we're going to go in with our matte top coat as we do every time we do nail art. This matte top coat from Elegant, y'all, let me just say, this has lasted me a long time. When I used to get 15 milliliter bottles from this one company of whatever, matte top coat or regular top coat, they wouldn't last that long. And I use this every time I do my nails. So, yeah, it's been lasting a while. I've had it for like, I haven't been using it for the whole time I've had it, but I've been using it for a good, I want to say like almost a year now, dude. Like this shit is going a long way. And I do these long nails every week. So there's no reason why this lasted that long. And my other ones from the other company that were expensive didn't last that long, you know? So we're going in here, matte top coat, cover up any cracks and crevices that may be on the nail that will kill your nail art, make it bleed, and have you running around looking crazy. Now we're going to go in with the Nails by Dev white painting pot with my Nails by Dev Hello Cutie liner. This 15 millimeter liner right here. This is the original one she came out with. I bought her artist pack. It came with a bunch of stuff in it. That was a good nail kit. Or nail tool kit that I got. I still use all of the stuff out of it. I bought that like when I started my YouTube career. I want to say like 3 years ago, and they're still kicking, beautiful. She has now I don't know if she sells their original ones now, but she does sell these with different handles. These are wooden handles, so I think she went the different route because these handles do not fare well with monomer, acetone, alcohol. They're painted, so the paint will come off. So I think she upgraded. No, I know she upgraded the handles to like plastic handles. So, and they're really pretty. So definitely go check her out. She also has a bunch of BAs with codes and stuff. She's got really nice stuff. I love her liners. They're real hair. They're not synthetic. And her artistry kits are definitely worth the money. They come with a variety of different things. I also have some of her Kolinsky brushes. Her Kolinsky brush, when I used to use, she only sells a size 12 and a 14. They run very small. But when I was a beginner, remember I told you I was looking for my perfect brush? That was the perfect brush I found. Her Kolinsky brushes are very good. If you like smaller Kolinsky brushes, like ones that runs a little bit smaller. When I bought her size 12, I didn't read the fine print, and it says this brush runs smaller than a regular size 12. This can be used for filling in, if you have small cuticle beds or, just the cuticle doing a little fill, because you don't want a big brush doing a fill. You don't, flood the cuticle that way. I have been getting I've been getting way better at my Frenches, a lot less cleanup. We still have some cleanup sometimes, but a lot less. So I'm happy about that. The more you do these, y'all, the better you get, the more consistent you get. And they just become easier and easier. That's just all I can say. At first I was clean. I would spend like 15, 20 minutes on one nail trying to get it to look good. When I used to go get Frenchies, like at the nail salons, they just, one, airbrush was big, so in the early 2000s, so I used to either get it airbrushed on, or they just used to put a bunch of polish at the bottom of my nail and get it all good, and then they'd go in with this big swoopy brush and just swoop it, and it would be like a perfect French. So yeah, so that's that. So we're going to do some Frenches, and then we're going to play with this airbrush. I love this airbrush. It gives like a flawless blend. Like, it's awesome. Those airbrush gels that Saviland has are awesome. They also give a nice blend. I think the airbrush, just like for ombreing and all of that, really just gives a really nice blend. And I enjoyed using it, and it wasn't that hard. I thought it was going to be way harder to use, or there was like a technique to it. It's very easy to use, very straightforward, and you get that blend not only with the Saviland polishes, but I used regular polish in it too, which is just a little bit more messier because it's thicker. I used those, and they did just fine too. So if you want to use regular gels in your airbrush kit, you can. Just be careful you don't get the gel on your skin. But the airbrush gels come with the same type of stuff that's in regular polishes too. They're just a little bit safer. They don't have a bunch of extra stuff in them, but overall they still got the same stuff. You still got to cure it. It still needs stuff in it to make it cure. So whether you're using the regular gel polish or those Saviland ones, the gels that are made specifically for the airbrush, you still carry the risk of getting a allergy. So yeah, there's really no getting around that. If you're gonna get that, you're gonna get that. So we're just finishing up Frenchies here. I don't know. I don't have nothing really much to talk about. We're going to get into some nail art. I really forgot what I did on this set, y'all. This has been sitting in my iMovie for a while. So I'm trying to explain what's going on, but I don't know what's coming next. You know what I'm saying? I do not know what's coming next. So I'm going to just let y'all watch the nail art. Thank you for all your love and support, guys. I appreciate you guys, all my girls in the membership. I am not going to get rid of my membership. I just am impulsive sometimes, and I'll be thinking of stuff because I really don't like to charge for a membership, but a lot of the girls really like the membership. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going public every other week. So we'll still have our membership lives. Also, when I do go live publicly, when I get off a live, those videos will not be available to rewatch. They will only be available to rewatch under my membership. And also any giveaways that we do will only be done under my membership. So there's definitely still a lot of perks with that. So yeah, I just love y'all. Anybody who supports and shows the love. Y'all go check my girl Eileen out. She just did a beautiful video. I'm so proud of her. I've been waiting for her. Well, I think all of us as a collective have been waiting for her to do a little, YouTube video, and she did. It was 40-something minutes long. She's so funny, and I'm just so proud of her. I love Eileen. If you don't know, I'm telling y'all now, Paige X Nails loves my Eileen. Okay, she's one of my really good friends. She's an amazing, beautiful soul. She loves everybody. She's just such a kind-hearted person, and I love her. And yeah, go check her video out. She has the most soothing voice. One of those voices you could just listen to and feel relaxed, I don't have one of those voices. I'm a maniac, so like my voice can be real calm or it can be real yelly. Like when I listen to my lives back sometimes, I'm like, what are you yelling at? Why are you yelling? All my life, y'all, when I come into a room or like when I'm talking to somebody, people look at me and go, why are you yelling? Like, I'm not. It's just it's the octave of my voice bank. I just be loud sometimes when I get excited, bro. But yeah, y'all, we're finishing up these Frenchies, and then we're going to go in with the Airbrushy Melushy. I don't know. Am I doing an orange Frenchie? I don't even know. I literally don't know what's going on here, y'all. I just know that there's a flower on this, white Frenchies, some zebra animal print, and orange. Airbrush and regular orange. Outside of that, I have no idea. Okay? What's coming next, I just don't know. But yeah, thank y'all for supporting. If you've made it this far in the video, y'all, put 2 purple hearts down in the description below. I love y'all. Don't forget to check out our membership and all my codes in the description box, y'all. I have codes to Melody Susie, Maniology, and all kinds of good stuff down there. Saviland. Yeah, so check those out, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Okay? Peace. I want to get this video out for y'all so y'all can watch it. Have a great day, y'all.